Welcome to your Kin Feedback and Fun Focus video. Okay, Kin, let's begin. Remember to set your intention for the kind of energy that you as Kin are entering this video with. Pause the video if you must and decide what energy you are protecting, what energy you are consciously intending to nurture, because that's what we are. As Kin, we are protectors and nurturers of a certain elemental energy or natural energy or emotional energy that we feel we contribute to a space in a positive way. All right, so the focus for the feedback videos usually take on the form of attention, appreciation, and amplification, which is separated into those three parts to say that based on the last session that we had together, there will be things that I want to draw to your attention, things that I realize you've been doing well at paying attention to, and that we move that into appreciation. What of that do we want to appreciate and give thanks for to self? And what of that do we want to put action steps to during the fun homework to amplify and manifest and see more and more and more of that in our lives, be magnets to those things? What are those things? Okay, so for each of these segments, I'm just going to read off of my feedback notes for you. So we begin with attention. And so I have here, thank you for speaking in the positive progressive tense and for choosing a session that allows you to learn to be kind and firm with your own self first and throughout this year and beyond as an intention. So basically, when you came into session, you decided to choose the one that broke the year down into 52 weeks so that you could pace yourself well and you could pace yourself gently from your own radical way of being, your own rooted way of being. That's very, very important for being gentle with ourselves. And you were able to do that in a session where you decided to head it, taking back my power. And we'll get more into that. But I wanted to just say that was a big deal, listening to you give your affirmations in the positive progressive tense. Okay, moving into appreciation. Focusing on appreciating and enjoying blank slates and canvases. Basically, moving that I am open affirmation from 1 to 10 and 10 out of 10. And I have seen you grow tremendously in being totally okay with not knowing, with not having the answer, with realizing that, okay, I am unsure, and so I am open to exploring. And okay, let me open myself up, let me give it some time, let me consult my sacred dialogue wheel, and yes, I get the answer. So that is very, very great progress, and I want you to appreciate that. Half the time, or most of the time, if people in our lives would admit that they don't know yet and realize that there is a great wonder in not having the answer yet and having to create it and find it out, instead of pretending to have the answer and lying to yourself or lying to others and ultimately hurting yourself and others. It'll do us so much better. So it is so great to see you being able to admit and enjoy your blank slate and blank canvases. Also, as we look at appreciation, we want to look at the appreciation exchange, because appreciation is a two-way street. You appreciate others and you allow others to appreciate you. So going back to when I said to you that you have come a long way and how you were able to digest that statement as a true statement, and how true you really felt it was or not, which we processed a little bit in session, I would like you to focus on this. What could I have possibly meant when I said that you had come a long way? What would you have liked to do before this session to constitute that comment being able, being a comment you'd be able to digest easily? What does coming a long way look like now for you? and what would you like it to look like? Imagine that someone was gossiping about you, perhaps, and said, you know, she has done nothing, he has done nothing, nothing good. And let's say the divine beast was like in that space of protection and very defensive and said, what are you talking about? He or she has come a very long way. What would they say in your defense? What would the most defensive, most protective aspect of your nature say about you? List those things and say them again to yourself in a comfortable and clear voice based on the empowerment voice practice that we did. Make lists of what you know you have done and how you have come a long way. Even if it's only one, and even if it is, I am still unsure, let me explore. Okay, so now we move into amplification, and I would love to focus the attention and appreciation for the purpose of amplifying your relationship with your heart and gut and body, how we spoke about in session, and basically you just giving so much celebratory attention to the fact that our body expresses our needs, and it is a good opportunity for us to enjoy the commitment to circulation practices. And as you do them, note the subtle differences you feel. Note them in your heart and mind, and please note them and bring them to session for next time. But yes, definitely that's something for us to amplify. The way your body communicates and the way you listen, you are doing a phenomenal job of that. Okay, so as you know, at the end of every session, I always ask Ken what they are taking away from the session, and I was very glad for what you took away, but here are my takeaways. I'm very, very grateful for us changing that concept of deadlines into focusing on the fact that you are your lifeline, and realizing that you can pick up from where you left off and how easily you digested that. Also in coupling with changing your mind with integrity as you move into your treasure box building and building your criteria for your treasure box. I want you to really celebrate how you are doing such a phenomenal job of standing by your own side and remembering, as in putting together again, the true purpose behind your choices, because that was one of the things that you brought to session. In taking your power back is building the ability to enjoy your decisions. So also when we spoke about being highly flammable, as in being someone who is easy to empower because you have that inside of you, even if you're having a low moment, you keep open, and that is a powerful, important thing. Somebody cannot empower you if you are not truthfully open. Also, the cassava story, from Castries to Vieux Fort through the East Coast or through the West Coast, changing your mind with integrity and trusting and being comfortable that the partners that you choose along the way will easily meet you right where you are. I'm going to put some different treats in the bottom that I'd like you to pay attention to, and I can't wait to see you at your next session.